I was going to sit there. I was going to put you in the middle.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rose between two thorns.
How did you wangle that, eh?
I told him to sit there. Put the coffee on then. Let's get the coffee going. So we're not doing a normal thing today. It's all a bit different because it's been a bit of a funny old week and lots of contemplations and talks and things and we just sort of felt lazy really. Thought
No, it's definitely not lazy.
let's sit down and have a chat.
Yeah.
And have a bit of a celebration because you explain.
Yes, well, I explain in as much that, well, first of all, cheers everybody, happy Friday. It's been a funny old week. It's we turned 7 this week on the 1st of March, so we've been trading in Wotton for 7 years, which I think, cheers chaps, I know it's only coffee, but pretend it's champagne, all right?
Well, it is only
It is
7
only,
minutes
I
past
can't really
9
drink
in
that
the
early in the
morning.
morning, surprise,
In
surprise.
the UK.
So we've actually got our little tiny bit of birthday cake here with a candle on it. And I've got a vegan, gluten-free, tasteless one for you, Ginge, out the back, which I know you'll have instead. We just thought we'd have a little reflection, really, because
Sit down.
7 years of trading, and obviously we've absolutely loved every minute of it. It has been tough at times, very tough at times, and I guess this year has been a time to reflect because actually we have 1 year left to go on our lease for the shop, and the question is to renew or not to renew, and I guess that this will be quite a defining year really. January was absolutely awful, we expect it, but there was tumbleweed going down the high street, it was that deserted, and February sort of started to show signs of picking up, but compared to last year was significantly down on figures. And when you talk to other shopkeepers and get a sense of what's going on in the high street, it is a bit sort of a bit disappointing really, a bit disheartening. So we're hoping that we will continue in our vein of nothing can fail in the face of persistence, and persist we do, don't we?
Yes.
We work our knackers off, don't we, really?
We work very hard. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't realise. And
Stop it.
yeah.
That's what I find so sort of deceptive, because I think Fifi always presents as a sort of very turned out, extremely on it, efficient
If you only knew.
person, which really bugs me a lot. And I think she sort of crashes into each situation really without very much preparation. But the work that goes into the
very reactive rather than proactive,
out, like she is a lot, isn't it? And then the flip side of that is dark night of the soul.
Oh yes, you do have the dark nights of the soul sometimes, and it has been like that from the start of this year. So you can flip between the let's fake it till we make it, and let's be rah 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 and present, and be up, and then secretly behind the scenes you're thinking, am I going to be able to pay the rent next week? And I'm not coming on here to be doomy and gloomy. I am uber positive, and I'm confident that if we can get through this and survive, we'll be even stronger than we were before. And it was like that with COVID. We weren't sure if we would get through that, and we did it, and we smashed it. Actually, we knocked it out of the park, didn't we, during COVID, against all the
odds. Yeah.
So yes, it's been a week of reflection, and I have a wonderful dealer friend who pops in every so often, has a coffee, and whenever he leaves, as he goes out the door, he says, "Keep it real." And it sort of struck a note this time, and I thought, yeah, come on then, if we're keeping it real, do we come on and do we just say to people, this is the way it is? And the high street is a diminishing asset at the moment. That's how it feels. And yesterday I popped down the high street to go to the bank, and I popped in to see several of the different shops, and I picked up the business cards, which we'll go through in a moment. And I chatted to them, and it just occurred to me that pretty much everybody's probably in the same boat, all a bit concerned. And if you extrapolate that out, if people don't think to themselves when they're about to click the Amazon button, could I buy this card in Wotton-under-edge? Could I buy this birthday present in Wotton-under-edge? Could I get this paint in Wotton-under-edge? Then eventually there will be no streets, no shops in the high street.
Yeah, I think if there's this balance between your efforts, which you've always done, you've always worked your ass off really hard, both of you and Barbara, and you've put the maximum effort into sourcing all this stuff, preparing it, labelling it, doing all the accounts, doing all the admin and everything else. And it isn't to do with your effort changing, because you are still doing maximum output in terms of effort. But the climate now, the economy now, the sort of macro pressures on, we've seen a dog. The macro pressures on the business are the things which have changed, which are out of your control.
Yes.
And, you know, try as hard as you like, unless people decide they're going to support the high street and not go down the route of, well, everybody wants to save a penny and, you know, get a good deal, but there are good deals to be had on the high street as well, and there are some really nice you know, things which you can't find online. So anyway, it's just a much more, it's a very changed economic environment. I hope everyone can hear us.
Yeah, it's pretty funny if we keep sitting here the whole time and nobody could.
It's muted.
And probably if it is, people say, well, just as well, because it's been ever so
they're
negative.
They're all sad out there trying to lip read.
Being negative in public.
Maybe, let's see. What's that comment? I can't even read
I
it
can't
from
even
here.
read. We can't read and we can't see. I think
We'll
there's
just have to
maybe...
slide the screen
I
down.
think there
to-
are some people actually...
What does that say?
Spot on, Ginge. Fiona LP. Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Fee. Yeah, you know, there's another fellow trader, and yes, you know what it's like, don't you, Fee? So far from being doomy and gloomy, we just want to sort of rah everybody up really, and just say, go support your high street. If you haven't been into Wotton for ages, pop down and have a look. I mean, pop in and chat to the shopkeepers. They'd be so happy to see you. And I'm going to show some cards in a minute of some of the things that you've got. I mean, on my table here, for example, look at that little parcel of joy there that I picked up yesterday from Robinson's Florists. And it was $4.95 for a little bundle of spring there. Just a delight. We went into Relish. I bought these to show, this was a trick I played on Nick. This is from Relish. Relish, who are a fantastic shop selling beautiful homemade food, absolutely gorgeous meals and beautiful cakes. And you can buy just about anything in there, can't you?
Buy your
Including
dinner
gin.
for a week, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And they make these amazing vegan sausage rolls. And going back about, or a year ago, yeah, you'd love some of those, wouldn't you, Paddy? Maybe you'll have a little bit in a bit.
No, it's not allowed to.
Oh, isn't it? Okay, sorry, Pad, you can't. Anyway, I bought 2 of them, and I brought them back, and I gave them to Nick, and he scoffed them, and he said, God, these are nice, and I didn't tell him that they were vegan. So once he'd finished it, I said, did you realise that that was a vegan sausage roll? He went, no, I don't believe it is. What did you think?
I was absolutely gobsmacked.
And what do you have now?
Only the vegan ones. I don't have the sausage meat ones
Yeah, so
anymore.
there you go.
Yay.
Absolutely, completely converted. And so we go and get those on a regular basis. Then we've got Cookability. Fantastic shop. If you need a specialist piece of kitchen equipment or even regular bits of kitchen equipment, pop in and see Cookability on the high street. Fish out of water. They're a sort of a gallery with absolutely gorgeous things if you need presents, pictures, pottery, all sorts of wonderfulness.
And the craft room.
Oh yeah, the craft room. Absolutely super, ladies. So helpful.
I don't know if these are back to front.
They probably are when we see them on there, but anyway.
Sorry.
Talk about amateur. But if you need to make a project with your children for school, just the best. Do you want to put one forward there, Nick? There
Well,
we go,
what have
that's
we got?
Crafters.
Crafters. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Nick showing you the Crafters card. And Crafters are a sort of a conglomerate of wonderful local makers making fantastic things from jewellery, pottery, pictures, you name it, they've got it. Brilliant place to go and find presents for people.
And we've got the lovely Lisa's shop.
Yeah, loving home. If you need gifts or throws or clothes, she's got it all in her shop, and it's just fantastic.
She's on Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram as well. So all of these. Oh, look, and the dog's in the picture.
Yes, that's a picture done by Belinda Downs.
Is that Charlie?
That's Charlie, yeah, the shop
he always
dog.
Barks and frightens Paddy to death.
And then, you know, all this hoo-ha about tomatoes and not being able to get tomatoes and cucumbers. Well, guess what?
Hoo-ha.
Good food. The shop down the road with the vegetable shop next door to it, we call it Teresa's shop because Teresa's the lady who serves in there. They've got more tomatoes and more cucumbers than you can shake a stick at. And I spoke to her about this shortage. She said, yeah, she said it's all to do with supermarket battles about pricing. And she said, hasn't affected us at all. And I looked at all their produce. Beautiful, fresh, gorgeous, yummy produce. And all served with a smile and a bit of banter, just the best. And then we didn't have a card for this one, but the Cotswold Book Room, this is on the back of their Book Time magazine. And what a service they give. So personable, so friendly, so efficient. And they will wrap the books for you, they'll deliver the books for you, they help you choose the books. It's a lovely, lovely shop.
There's a couple of really nice charity shops down the road.
Brilliant
as well,
charity shops.
there?
And we've got an auction house.
Yes.
And we've got a beautiful heritage centre, museum for everything
And
to
the
do with the
cinema.
area. Fantastic cinema,
And very
really
nice
brilliant.
eating houses and
Yeah.
pubs.
Hairdressers, we've even got a tattoo salon.
Wow.
And pubs, really lovely pubs. So we're sort of banging the drum a little bit for Wotton-under-edge and for the shopkeepers who are doing their level best to be here day in, day out, even on quiet days when they may only sell a card. And we travel in hope that tomorrow will be better. So
congrats on your staying here for 7 years.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Well done.
And next week, all being well, we'll be back to our usual let's show everybody around the shop. But today we can't be asked.
Well, you were telling me about your range of emotions that you have been having.
Oh, there was one particular day last week, and I woke up feeling very low. The weather, business, one thing and another. I felt very, very low, and I came into work and I had to make a call to the speed awareness people. Yes, I know. And
it wasn't for speed, was it?
It wasn't. It was because I went through a red X on the motorway.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I had to phone them to organise a course, and I held for 55 minutes, and I got through to the lovely lady, and I was so relieved to speak to a human being that I lost it. I absolutely blubbed, didn't I, Nick?
You did.
I sobbed.
Very much so.
Nick was trying to serve a customer in the
Nick
shop,
ran away.
and I was in the kitchen, and all he could hear was me out of control, saying, I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm crying, I just can't seem to stop it, it's very hard at the moment. If I get points on my licence, I'll lose my licence, and I run a business on my own, I've got 2 people who work for me, and they'll lose their jobs, and I don't know what to do, I'm so sorry. I was completely hysterical, sobbing, couldn't stop. This poor lady, bless her heart, she was so kind to me, and she said, it's all right, take a breath. We can get you on a course, you just need to apply, blah, blah, blah. She was so good. So I thanked her profusely. And then a few seconds after that, my ex rang me, and quite coincidentally, he had done a speed awareness course online the week before, and he started to tell me about it, and within minutes, he had me laughing so hysterically that Nick was looking at me to sort of think, wow, she's unstable today. And then I had to drive down to see the boys who sew in their new premises. And I drove down there feeling really weirded out. And I went into their new barn conversion, which was so sensational.
We should have their card, really, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should. But I mean, we're always bigging up the boys who sew. And I left there feeling totally elated and completely revitalised and creative again.
So
and it was a day of
roller
4 seasons.
coaster.
Yes. And poor Nick had to deal with me.
Yeah.
Do you
Basket
take Valium
case.
before you get here?
Basket case.
No, but I do before I leave.
don't have any sort of like, you don't take any drugs to cushion you from your emotional state. You just go full on, straight into them, feel them in the raw.
Yeah, I often think to myself,
just
I need medication. Perhaps I need to go and see the doctor.
No downers,
let me have some drugs of some description. Let me just do some drugs just to sort of level me out. And I never do. So people around me get it full whack, don't they? But when I'm on it and I'm creative, I'm a force to be reckoned with, aren't I?
You are.
Not annoying at all.
No. I just step out the back every now and then for a bit of fresh air, but apart from that...
Have a little swear.
Yeah.
Deep breaths.
Order a few things.
The other thing we wanted to mention today was we do sometimes get feedback from people, don't we, to say that they do... You tune in, thank you.
Yes, the ones that do, I really appreciate it.
And we appreciate that. And sometimes even family members who we haven't seen for a long time and we miss, and we'd love to see you. And if there's any chance of you ever, coming up to the shop, then we'll always be here. Who's that?
I can't see. It says Charlotte. Oh, hello, Charlotte. Oh, bless you. You're wonderful, Fifi.
Oh,
exactly as you are. Oh, my goodness. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
Yeah, so
thank you.
If you are family and you live far away and you happen to come across our videos, and it's really weird for us to think that is the case, but you are very much in our thoughts, and
So get Virginia crying now as well. Are you going to cry as well, Nick?
Oh,
Let's have a big old loving.
Let's have some. We should have got some whiskey in a little flask or something to get through.
Oh,
this is how you need to be. That infectious laugh of yours.
Oh well, when it's happening, it's happening, isn't it? But
yeah, you go to Malvern and we're walking.
All you can hear is.
Yeah, that's right.
I always do that.
And then we get about 4 rows away, and somebody will say, "Knew Fiona was here. I could hear her laughing."
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So anyway, the only other thing to say is that if anybody would ever like to come and join in our Friday Live, we would absolutely love to have you along. And if you wanted to take the opportunity to, he's just down here,
you probably don't. I can't read it. I can't read it
now.
I'm in the wrong angle to read it.
What you probably don't realise is, but I don't know how to see the rest of it, Ginge. Maybe take it off the stand.
I don't think there is anything else in this sentence.
Oh, isn't there?
Maybe
you got halfway through.
Sorry.
There's probably lots of comments coming through, but as you can tell, we're both a bit blind.
You can't see unless we're at a certain angle and certain inches away from the screen.
But we do read them all afterwards, and we so appreciate all the comments, good and bad. We really, really do. And yes, if anybody does ever want to just come in and join us on a Friday Live and tell us what their favourite thing in the shop is, maybe we should have a promotion, another click moment, and say if somebody comes in and they do a walk round with us and they tell us their favourite thing, they'll get 10% off any item in the shop, or should we say 15? Let's go mad.
Anything
you want.
To walk through the door.
Yes, anything you want.
Well, that's Simon coming in there.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yes. It's always possible to phone the shop if you see something on Instagram or on Facebook. You can phone the shop, and Fifi can take payment over the phone. So there's always that way of doing things. Then you can click and collect and pop down and get it.
Yes, absolutely.
There's always that if you can't make it to the high street. But.
So we do appreciate everything you do to support us. We love it when you come in and purchase something, however small. And just to say that a lot of people, I think, tend to think we're a very expensive shop. And I'd like to assure you that we actually have things in the shop that start at £3. And we currently go up to about £3,000 if you buy the 2 sofas. Please buy the 2 sofas. They would be £3,000 for the 2. So, we have everything in between. So we're not an expensive shop. If people look through the window and think that we're terrifyingly expensive, we're not.
No, we're not.
So we'd love to see you. Thank you for everything that you do to keep the high street alive, the ones that do. And the ones that don't, maybe just take a little moment to just think about it. What would happen if the shops weren't here? And, maybe just come and see us rather than click automatically
It is
on the
free
old
parking
button.
on the high street for an hour.
Yes, for
isn't
an
it?
hour.
And then in the back car park, it's all day for free.
Yes, absolutely. So, you know, there's plenty of parking options, and very often there's spaces right outside the shop. And if you just want to dap in to get a tin of paint, just double park. Cars can get past. Put your hazards on, and we'll serve you in uber quick time.
So the title was to renew or not to renew. So we've got a year?
We've got a year. We've got a year before our tenancy is up on this shop, and we have a year to decide whether to renew or not. And I'm hopeful that the 1st of March, you know, the clocks go forward, the weather is better.
Did they?
Yeah, clocks go forward in March, don't they?
We've already had the 1st of March. So
No,
Well, the end of
23rd of March, the clocks
Yeah,
go
the end
forward,
of
but
March.
we've had the 1st of March, and so the weather starts to feel as if it's going to burst into spring, and there's more hope and optimism. So I'm hopefully, positively aiming to extend our lease, and we'll see what happens. So we blew out the candle because it actually blew to an end, didn't it? So
It was, yeah.
so that's it, I think, everybody, isn't it?
We've had enough burnt food for 1 week.
We so have. Oh my God. Yes. I had one piece of bread in the shop, so I made a piece of toast, and for some reason the toaster burnt one side of it.
Cremated the one
Yeah,
side.
just the one side.
The other
so
side was perfect.
I gave a tea towel to Nick and said, go and flap it underneath the electric fire
Smoke
alarm things, otherwise they're going to set the whole building off. And I then took my piece of toast to the sink to scrape off the one side because I was hungry and it was the only piece of toast of food I had in the shop, and bloody dropped it in the washing up bowl full of water. Nick practically fell on the floor laughing, which wasn't very kind. And I swore a lot, didn't I?
Well, you did, but because I was laughing so much, you ended up laughing as well. And I was still laughing at it at home at night. And I messaged you, didn't I, for some reason. I said, I'm still laughing about your piece of toast. And I got back, glad you found it so funny.
Anyway, happy Friday, everybody.
Right.
Happy birthday to FFF. And we really look forward to seeing you.
And thanks for joining,
Yeah.
and thanks for your support. Bye.
Take
Bye
care,
now.
everyone. Bye-bye.